Welcome to Maths Global Learning Hub at Mr. T, your ultimate guide for mastering financial mathematics. A nurse borrows 15,000 Rand to buy furniture. She can afford to repay 800 Rand a month. The interest rate is pegged at 16% per annum compounded monthly. Calculate the number of months that she will be required to pay 800 Rand. Determine the final payment. I'm going to use the present value formula. Then I'm going to substitute. R15,000 is the loan amount, and then X is equal to 800. My interest rate is compounded monthly in this question, so I divide by 12, and then the interest is going to be also divided by 12. And in this question here, we should note that we need to isolate negative n, and eventually we get our n here. So in my first step, I'm going to say and on the other side, I'm going to be left with if I simplify further, I'm going to get and remember in this question, we need to isolate this part here. So I can write here is equal to 3/4 if I take the 1/4 to that side. Using logs, my base here is, and then I'm going to write my 3/4 here, and I'm going to get and this is the answer that I'm going to get from my calculator. I can say, therefore, n is equal to and we can make this conclusion here. She made 21 payments of 800 Rand. But if we see here, there's also a fractional part which is left out here. So let's move on to the next part of our question. We can see that 21 full payments were made. Therefore, outstanding balance N is going to be equal to 0.71967894. And in order for me to calculate the outstanding balance, which I'm going to call OB here, I'm going to use the present value formula. If I substitute, this is what I'm going to get. Don't forget to divide by interest, which is compounded monthly. And the outstanding balance is going to be and then I move on to the final part here, where now I need to calculate the final payment. And this final payment is only going to be made at the end of the month. So I'm going to use this formula here. And if I substitute, this is what I'm getting. And please be very careful there. We will use the unrounded answer here. And if I put this in the calculator, I'm going to see that my final payment is going to be, and now my answer is rounded off to 2 decimal places. And if I look at this answer here, this final payment is less than 800 Rand. That wraps up our lesson for today on financial mathematics. Thank you so much for your time.